The Nintendo Switch came out in March 2017, 8 years ago now, and even if I didn't jump on a bandwagon straight away, it's now my primary gaming device, and I wanted to go back and pick my highlights for each year of this console. 8 games for 8 years of Nintendo Switch. Let's go back to 2017. After seeing the first Nintendo Switch trailer, I knew it was going to be a success. There was a lot of doubt back then because of the Nintendo Wii U.
Wii U.
I did not buy it though because I was still studying back then and I was trying to avoid distractions. I even remember deleting saves from my 3DS because I was trying to avoid being compelled to play it. However, not having the Nintendo Switch on day one did not prevent me from playing a game released on the Switch, because I played Zelda Breath of the Wild on Wii U at the time, and of course I'm going to pick Zelda as the year one pick. I was a bit afraid about the direction of the franchise at the time. I did not like Zelda Skyward Sword that much, but this was literally a breath of fresh air. People like to talk about all the downsides of this game, all the little quirks, what they don't like, but we shouldn't forget how good it was at the time and how good it still is today. It's only 1 year later that I got myself a Nintendo Switch. I was doing an internship in London at the time, and with a friend we decided to get it together to be able to stay connected, and it was a lot of fun. We played a lot of Mario Kart 8, we played a lot of Splatoon 2, but I will not select Mario Kart because even if it's a really good version, it's still a Wii U game that I already played, and I will not select Splatoon 2 either because it really felt like a port to me at the time. No, I will select for the second year of the Nintendo Switch Smash Bros. Ultimate, of course, because it was such a social event at the time. Today the hype died down, of course, but at the time seeing all the characters being revealed and added to the game was such a fun thing. I remember being 12 and thinking what would Banjo-Kazooie would look like in Smash Bros, and they actually did it. So yeah. "2019 was a strange year. There was not a lot of big releases in my opinion. I didn't like Luigi's Mansion 3 that much because the tower didn't feel like a real place like the mansion did in Luigi's Mansion 1. I think I'm going to have to select Tetris 99 for 2019. I don't know what is up with this game, but I never feel as focused as I do when I play Tetris 99. And usually there's never an ending to Tetris. They try to put one using levels in the past, but it never felt right. And it can be a bit frustrating that it continues forever. But in Tetris 99 there is an end, and it's when everyone loses. The last minutes are really intense, and if you are the one that wins, it's so rewarding. But after a while, I had to force myself to stop playing this game because it really felt like a waste of time. It's definitely an experience I'm glad I had. "2020. Let's not talk about the state of the world that year. But yeah, for 2020, of course I'm going to choose Animal Crossing New Horizon. I remember the game being announced for 2019 in a Nintendo Direct and being so excited. But they had to postpone the game, and it can be a bit frustrating, but I feel like it's always better to leave time for the developers to get the game ready. And for this game, I feel like they could have used even more time than this, because even if the game we finally had in the end was a really good game, there was a lot missing. I'm not going to make a full review here, but let's just say that I went back to other titles of the series, and yeah, the residents, they felt more interesting. The relationships were way more interesting in the past. And if you add to this that now you can shape your island however you want, you can place items everywhere, then the animal residents, they feel like dolls you put in your dollhouse. And it's really sad because for me, the socializing with other residents was a key part of Animal Crossing. I will still pick it for 2020 because it was really fun being on that island for a while and I really love the franchise. But I hope they get this right the next time. I'm a bit conflicted about 2021 because yes, Metroid Dread was a really good game and the AI, interacting with the AI, not that AI, but interacting with the AI was intense and thrilling. But it was a bit too easy to get lost in the game. There were multiple areas with multiple ways to go from one to another and even teleportation on top of that. And it made it really hard for me to understand where I was and where I was going. It's the kind of game I feel like you have to play in 1 or 2 sessions, one after the other. You cannot like wait for a week before playing again. No, for 2021 I have to pick Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I already completed it on Wii U, but let me explain why it's my pick. First, they improved it a lot. Then they added Bowser's Fury, which is an amazing game on its own. But the real deal for me, the real deal is the online multiplayer. I cannot express how much fun we had with friends playing this game, because we tried to finish the last level of the game and it was so much fun. Because sometimes we were actually trying to finish the level and we were failing miserably. Other times we were just throwing each other in the void. We still haven't finished the game to this day, but every time we play we have a lot of fun. I think Kirby games just aren't my thing. So even if Kirby in the Forgotten Land was the best Kirby game I ever played, it will not be my pick for 2022. No, 2022 was the year No Man's Sky was released on the Nintendo Switch. And I still can't understand how No Man's Sky is running on this console. Yes, there's no multiplayer, but apart from this is No Man's Sky. At the time I thought it was a trimmed down version of the game that they succeeded into putting onto the Switch and that it was a done thing. But then I started getting updates. And yeah, the game is still getting updates, like the same updates all the other versions are getting. It's the full game. And earlier this year I was able to use the cross-save feature to be able to see all the bases I made for years on my Switch, on my PC. It's amazing. I played way too much of this game, but it was well worth it. Oh no, not 2023. So yeah, 2023 Nintendo decided to come out with a Zelda game, a 2D Mario game and a Pikmin game. So it's going to be hard to choose, but I think I will not pick the Mario game. It was a good game, but it did not feel as impactful as the 2 other ones. I'm glad they changed a bit the direction of the 2D Mario games, so that's cool. But no, for 2023 I have to pick Pikmin 4. Tears of the Kingdom was an amazing game, but it's in this strange spot where it did not feel like a true sequel to Breath of the Wild, but it did not feel like its own thing either. They should have done a true sequel or something completely new. Here I was constantly trying to understand how it was supposed to fit into Breath of the Wild's world, and it did not fit at all in Breath of the Wild's world. Yeah, it was just completely nonsensical.
Secret Stone? Demon King?
It was an amazing experience, like the gameplay was really good, and today I still play this game. But yeah, Pikmin 4 takes the crown here. This one game took a long time to come out, like it's the fourth entry in the series, and it's a bit like a reboot. I 100%ed it in 1 week, and it's not because the game is short, it's because I played it non-stop for a week, and I cannot recommend it enough. I think there's a big demo available and you should try it right now. It's really charming and yeah, it's a good game. My pick for 2024 is going to feel weird. I had a lot of fun playing Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, but it's not going to be the one for me for this year. I mentioned I love Splatoon, and 2024 was the best year to get it. I sold my copy of Splatoon 2 and got Splatoon 3 second hand. And not only did they add a lot of content during 2 years of live service, they also released a DLC that year. And Splatoon 3 Side Order is a real good game on its own. So it felt in 2022 too little for $60. But in 2024, 2 years later, you can get all that new content for the same price or less. So yeah, it was an amazing game. I did not like it in 2022, but now Splatoon 3 is amazing. We played it a lot with friends. We were lucky enough to be part of the last live event of the game called the Splatoon 3 Grand Festival. And that event, like it's only 2 days, but there were so much details put into it that it felt like people working on the game, like they really love the craft. Yeah, it felt like a real event, and I'm really glad I was able to be part of it. And we're back in 2025, the present days, where the Nintendo Switch 2 is just around the corner. Those were my 8 games for the 8 years of Nintendo Switch 1. Let me know in the comment what you would have picked, and let's hope for more great games like that in the future. Bye!